What's wrong with my internet? Bow bow. Where we get this stuff? Oh, right, from the what's it called? Thingy. Fresh. Pressure. What is this? Is there that there? Alright, so we are going to... We're going to the nether, basically, and we're gonna build a path from one portal to the next. Psych. Run, psych. Ooh. Because it's right over here. We're good. Maybe we can just go through here. Let's see how far this goes. Alright, well there's that. I should use cobble from this point onwards, because that's not extraordinarily breakable. Alright. Thicken that up a bit. That was very dangerous of me. Could have thrown the shovel, but we're good. Throw away. Oh god. What to do? Hello, lamb. How's it going? Ah, no! No! We're just out here in the nether. Making a path to make people to move villagers across. New bike? New mic? No. No, this is the same old Blue Yeti I've been using this entire time. I might have just had it a bit lower. Maybe not all the way where it should be. Alright, I think we're close. I might want to go up from this point onwards. Nah, my mic sounding completely different simply because I moved it slightly a couple inches downward. Slightly different in the audio signature. What? What's an audio signature? I am also lagging for some reason. Jesus. What's going on there? Me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe somebody's downloading something and I just don't know. You're out of touch. How people sound different from mic to mic? Yes. Of time, but you're out of my... Alright, yeah, we should definitely be going up from this point onwards. We'll do minor steps, minor steps. Yeah. I'm out of time, but I'm out of my head when you're not around. Each mic picks up on different frequencies, differently making certain ones more pronounced than others, thus giving it its own audio signature. That's really cool. It's... I didn't know... I knew the word audio signature. I've just never... I thought it was just something people said to sound smarter. I didn't realize that there was legitimate, like, actual signatures between different mics. That's cool. Head when you're not around. I'm gonna need cobblestone blocks for the way out, but yeah, that many. Cool. Alright, we should be able... Do we really need to... Let's build a railing here. Out of time, out of touch, out of time, out of touch, out of time. There. And we go over here. I'm gonna turn this. Oh god. Oh god, don't go, don't look at me. Don't look at me. There's nobody here. This is just the magic of appearing cobblestone blocks. I guess if you use Yeti, given how neutral it sounded. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do any processing? I don't do any processing. This does all go through a voice meter application, which doesn't have much much. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I've got a 0.2 compressor on voice meter. Good. That's Pog. Let's go. I'm just so good. I'm naturally gifted with audio. It's insane. I just plug in a Blue Yeti and it sounds like a good mic name. Sennheiser. Look at that. You do much with audio, Lamb. Or is this just because you watch a lot of streams and do streaming yourself? That you focused on it. You've understood. We're gonna block this side off for now. Alright, let's go back. So we're gonna need to build rails. Any hobbies? Audio is also one of them. Well, that's a good hobby to have. Because audio is an insane thing. Every single time I look at audio, I go, none of this makes sense. I touched up a single button and everything broke. Make music quite a bit through high school? Yo. That's really cool. Ooh. Where I gotta go down. Bam. Alright, so we're making rails. Gonna build these rails. Where do we take the villagers once we have them here? Actually. Well, we have a path all the way up to the top. And I do want to like make a village. To the nether. I mean that is one that is step one. We bring them to the nether and then we bring them out of the nether. Step two is the more important bit. We could bring them all the way up here. I've got that. Alright, I'm gonna make this place a village. I think saying I'm going to make an entire village in one stream is a bit much, but I was hoping to have the villagers here because I do need mending really badly. What is the point of that? Alright, so the idea is that if you don't know, the nether is smaller than the overworld. 1 block in the overworld is 8 blocks in the nether. So we're taking them... So nethers, that's why you see a lot of people use nether as fast travel, is because it's compressed. So I've got 2 villagers stuck in an igloo about like 500 blocks away, I think, that way. Rather than just take them all over the overworld, in which they have to go through, what's it called? A lot of hills, and I can't lead them other than with minecarts, which is annoying. So we go through the nether, in which that 500 blocks, here, I'll show you. Did I get an ender pearl? I would have spent it here. Nah. Do I have a water bucket? I do. Watch this. Now watch this. Fwah! I'm so cool. Fwah! Yo, I'm so cool. Oh, the torch! The torch! No! Love will. Anyways. Kind of like letting them turn into a zombie and carrying them. Nah, we're just, I've just got, there's a slime. I've got villagers. Or half villager. 1 villager and 1 zombie villager. Over this way. in there because they're in an igloo. In... Oh god. There's a lot of noises there. But yeah, we got these two here. Goal is to just get them out of here. We're gonna put a drink in the freezer. Uh-oh. Oh look, now it's chewable. It's like the opposite of a baby bird, of feeding a baby bird. We're gonna get these guys over to our place. Ooh, hello. One day love will find you, sneak through things that bind you. I always thought this song was really cool, and then I started listening to the lyrics and started realizing, God, it's a cuck song. Why a cuck song? Do 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 do. I might have to spend a diamond just to make sure my pick doesn't break. Love will find you, seek those chains that bind you. I got a grass block. Although I do have soak touch now, so it's not that important. It didn't explode? Let's go. I'll just give it like 10 minutes before you can start drinking it. Sure. You know, that used to work. They used to auto change. The new chests are very cool, but also that's the one thing I miss. It's not being able to just change direction. Calling them new chests is a bit much, but that's what I think of them. I think I'm gonna have to spend a diamond here just because this is getting really low and I don't want to break it. Only a quarter? Gets revived? Jesus. Anyways. What do I have on me? What do I want to do? I need blackstone. Do I have any gold? Just get mending. That's what I'm trying, but I need the villagers. Ah! The magic of Minecraft. You need so many things to make so many things. You say, I'm gonna do one thing, and then suddenly 15 things later, you realize that this is a completely separate project that you ended up working on. Oh! Like lightning. We do have golden apples. Where's our potion of weakness? How is this so low? Oh, right, because I used it on ice, which is easy to break. I was wondering how my, what's it called? Soak Touch pick was just, like, half dead already. What was I looking for? Not ice. Where's my iron? Where's my iron? There it is. Sticks. Some redstone. I'll grab this cobble. I think what we'll do is we'll just... What's it called? That organization, though, don't worry about it. It'll get better when I make a dedicated storage space. This is sort of like just having boxes in your, like, living room, alright? When we actually have, you know, a cabinet, then it will be fine, I say. Lying. Why do I have so much cobble? Why not? We'll just put it all in here. I do need like a couple of stacks. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a temporary home for the villagers. Like over there. Ballroom Blitz. I still have the shit just in boxes stuffed in the extra closets. I don't think boxes ever go away. I think that's just it's a not having boxes in your house is a liberal lie, let me tell you. Rail? Isn't it like this? Yeah. Yeah, they're called rail. What? Hello? Alright. It's a lie made up by the Jedi. One of my favorite videos. What's it called? I forgot who made it. It was the video about Emperor Palpatine coming back. Little cartoon is one of the funniest things. Oh, there you are. Do we get more? Why not just use boats? Because boats can't go uphill. Is the problem. And so to get them over, you'd have to like break the boat and then get them back in the boat as once they go up the hill. And when it comes to villagers, especially when we only have 2 of them, we don't want to risk breaking the boat. So we're gonna use rails. Like, see this little lip there? That singular pixel lip there? Boats can't go up that. If a boat goes on a path, it cannot go on like a block next to it because of that tiny little lip. So that's why you'll see if someone ever uses like more often than not you'll see people use rails because it's just easier. And like you can use the rails later on. I did not need to make this many rails. I'm not going that far, but yeah, it's just I don't want to have to deal. Getting the iron back would be so much easier and faster than having to deal with boats, villagers and boats. Whew. A real problem here is that this is what's down here? Catch your second wind. What we're gonna do is we're gonna break this down. Get some cobble. I'm gonna be replacing this anyways. I want to make this more like a corrupted area. So, making it look ugly for a bit. Not too big of a deal. Let's see. Do I have a... No. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a crafting table and make slabs. So, because we can crouch under this. I say now. I think it's been like this for like way too long. And we can send the villagers on the carts through this, and I don't think it suffocates them. I think maybe we'll do 2 slabs. Like that. Yeah. All right. What we'll do is we'll just turn this into like a, what's it called? I need beds and lecterns. I saw the purple and was very confused on what was going on down there. It's the amethyst that I already knew about. I gotta... We'll deal with how we connect this to there differently. Get what he wanted out of them, so he chucked all of it in the trash. God, the Pokemon boom is so insane as someone who's sort of had an eye on Pokemon for a long enough time. Because what people thought was like the big deals were the complete opposite of like what they were when the boxes came out. I remember when like people were so excited for what's it called? Like the big thing was XY evolutions. And I remember my dad, he and my brother were really into Pokemon. My dad explained that, oh yeah, 90% of those big collections are going to have XY evolutions in them because they had just so much stock. Because like, why would people buy it? And now it's like, oh yeah, it's XY evolutions. You gotta get this one because it's the one with Charizard. It's always the one with Charizard. What am I looking for? Let's go! What was I looking for again? I was looking for something. With the thing. Right, lectern. Lectern. Lectern and beds. How do you make a lectern? We need bookshelves. Oh god. I have enough for 1 bookshelf. Coming in trying to bulk up on sealed products since the market crashed? I don't know how terribly the market has crashed. It hasn't really felt like it. Although our ETBs are... So, we definitely do not follow, like, MSRP at our store. Our ETBs are, like, $54.99 for Astral Radiance. No, for Pokemon Go boxes. I think for Astral Radiance as well. So... I will say that Pokemon Go ETBs not exactly selling as much as you'd think ETBs would. Not as quick. Maybe it's because it's Pokemon Go, and honestly, that would make sense considering that's like 6 years too late for a a Pokemon Go set. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark, bark. Nearly as hard as the MTG and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff from what I've seen. Alright, I will say this. I have no idea what's going on with like most markets. Despite working in a card game store, the only prices I know about in the card game world are our prices. And even then, because the store I work at, not a local store. I mean, it is a local store. It's originated here, but they've got an online retailer. They've got like a massive card room, a warehouse for board games and stuff, like 6 locations. It's so I don't really know what's going on with like, you know, oh yeah, here's what's going on with this or whatever, or other such things. Very isolated. Like this? No. Like this? There it is. Bam, 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 summertime. Stuff is based on original cost now, and investors are panicking. Good. Hell yeah. Go get a PogChamp. I will sit in the burning wreckage of retro stuff and go, ooh, look, PS2. And I will be very happy to do so. Ooh, look, a PS2 at a price that's reasonable. Insane. It's being released at MSRP, which is unheard of for the master sets. Alright. Definitely not happening at my store. I'm fairly certain our boxes are still $350, so... Let me see. And they are selling? I do know that pre-orders, and they are selling. We did shut down pre-orders because we were scared of getting short-stocked for a bit. Let me see. Thankfully, I can check our prices at our website because it's all connected in one thing. All right, I don't want to check a collector box. A collector box is $289.99. So the draft might have dropped. Although I do know the collector box is only like 4 packs, isn't it? So... yeah, no, a draft box for Double Masters 2022 is $349.99. Is yours just like a local market thing? Is that what's going on? Things just going really, really well over there. Or poorly, depending on your view of things. Oh, I need, what's it called? My iron so I can make some minecarts. Oh, why are we going up? We need to go down! Almost thought I missed that. Yeah, you saying like double masters is that MSRP. Can I get can I go there? I don't know anything about magic. People keep talking about cards and I've sure, yeah. I know nothing about like what specific magic cards, but yeah, I'll take a double masters box at like 200, 150 or whatever. Never with prices. I just assumed the numbers I was seeing around here was what they were referencing. Yeah, no, that might just be a local thing for you. And also, like, you're never gonna see, like, GameStop or Walmart bump up prices like that. That's why, like, we can do, our Pokemon prices are, like, really insane, but also we still have Pokemon stock. So... Super mega fucked here. You're... Hey! Just kind of fucked elsewhere? Yeah. Like, Double Masters, I'm not the idea of Double Masters being MSRP is insane to me, considering that shit's not gonna be printed at all. That shit's gonna be... You're gonna find, like, 2 boxes a week out. Just from how things sound, and considering it's a Masters thing. And also they've got printings of, like, cards that have only been printed twice. I think it's like Dockside Extortionist is like the big one that only had like 2 printings, but is also like a mainstay and would be more of a mainstay were it not for the fact that it's like $500. What am I getting again? Right, minecarts. Late at night. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Bam, 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 bam. Jesse's girl. Make a few of these. Why not? I went along with the charade. I'm telling that I love him, but the point is probably mute. Alright, so. We're gonna set up the rails, we're gonna bring the villagers here. And just have them parked there, and then we're gonna sit there and farm mending. By breaking and replacing... Well, I'm gonna... Before we do that, I should probably just get a better axe. Why not? Make a diamond axe just so I can... Get faster replacement times on the lectern. Where can I find a woman like that? We're just gonna put 2 blocks. Just so nobody escapes if they happen to. I do not want to risk anything, because if we lose these guys, then I'm gonna go like about 500 more blocks to the village that we spawned at. And I don't want to do that. I find a woman like that. Oh god. That magma cube is kind of close. Hello. I don't have the weakness potion. Alright. We'll start with this guy. Oh, let's build the rails on this side first. Actually, let's not put these blocks here because he might suffocate if he goes through. We'll just leave it like this. Uptown girl, she's been living in her uptown world. Better mama never told her why. How many? Okay, we got enough cobble. Downtown man. And when she's not, I'm. I just like singing that bit. I'm. My not so tough. That Glimpse the Unthinkable is in that set. I need it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know like any specific magic cards. I can just go, ooh, Chandra, I know her. Like that's the extent of my magic card knowledge. But the way people are talking about the cards in this set, it sounds like they've got like, I don't know, the Holy Grail. Like 2 steps away from just... People are talking about it like they're 2 steps away from just putting in a Black Lotus in the set. Like, kind of crazy. One blue, one black, 2 mil. 2 mil, what? What? Hold on. Hold on. Nope, we're looking this up. That can't be true. Target player puts the top 10. What the fuck? What do you mean? Target player mills 10 cards. I like looking at the double masters printing because now mill is a keyword. And it's the smallest thing. It's 1 blue, 1 black, mill 10 cards. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That shouldn't be allowed. Bro. Bro, no. I'm upset. That's a 10th of a commander deck with 1 card. For nothing. You could do literally turn 2. Oh my god. That's place that I needed for a busted mill deck I have for modern. God, for modern, that's upsetting in modern. Or to throw down fat stacks to get it? Well, thankfully, because double masters is double masters. You might still it'll only be like medium stacks at this point. It's probably not gonna be that bad, but still. How much is it? How much is it right now? Glimpse the Unthinkable. It says like, what's it called? Checking like 5 to 6 years. Well, the Iconic Masters version here is like $6. Apparently. On TCG Player. It says lightly played. I'd check now. It was an Iconic Masters? It was. It's like $5 now. You're about to ruin... I should not have told you this. I should not have said anything. You should have just kept believing it was way too much money, honestly. I shouldn't... dude... Is Glimpse the unthinkable band? It's very illegal in many things. I see. Modern Legacy Vintage Commander. Yeah. What am I doing here? Right. Alright, so we have everything ready, basically. I should get the weakness potion. At least have it in my inventory. I'm not gonna put it in my hotbar because I'm not insane. Where's my weakness potion? There it is. I was very scared there for a second. Maybe I'm just missing something and like... Is that an... What is that? Sorcery? Yeah, it's a sorcery. That'd be insane as an instant. Maybe sorceries are just like a lot more manageable outside of standard, because that's really only all what I know of. And even then, the standard that I know of is like very minor knowledge from 2 years ago. But I don't know. 2 mana to mill 10 cards seems like a very unfair exchange. You know? Correct me if I'm wrong. But like... It seems a bit much. In best of 1, best of 3, there's some really effective hard counters to mill that most modern players keep in the sideboard. Ah. Yeah, like that's... I guess that's the thing, is like mill... It is very easy to sideboard against it. Just because it's just counter spells. Counter spells and like if you can, stuff from graveyard. But still. 10 is a lot. How's the physical scene over where you're at? If you go do it much. Psychic Spiral, for instance, just help us their graveyard back into their deck. Psychic Spiral. Blue. Alright, well, as a red player, what do I do? I'm not sure if you've noticed by the whole theming of my entire being in Brand, but I only really play with red. I'm not mono red. Typically I do like red green, red white due to the fact that I'm very dumb. If you couldn't tell, and don't like to think. So those are typically what I'm running. Alright, buddy. Okay. There's some colorless artifact stuff that combats mill. Where'd he go? So you could just check those in there? Probably. Or just... Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What the heck? Is he already over here? Did he ride the rail over? He did! Yo! Look at that. God, I'm good. God, I'm good. I transported a villager. Didn't even know it. I'm a master at this. Oh. Nice. Look at him. God, we're done. All right, let's give you get rid of this. Look up meat grind for me. Meat grind. From Gate Crash. What does this say? Each opponent reveals cards from the top of his or her library until he or she reveals X land cards. Then puts all cards revealed this way into his or her graveyard. X can't be 0. Deals cards from the top. Wait, what? What? Took a couple of seconds to click in there before I realized what? What? What the fuck were they doing back in the Ravnica block? What the fuck was Dimir doing back then? That's a $7 card. Sure, it's not Pauper, but like seriously, what? What the fuck were they doing? Because that was no, that's Gate Crash. The other one was let's see, Psychic Spiral, also returned to Ravnica. Glimpse the Unthinkable, Ravnica City of Guilds. Dimir's just fucking upsetting during any Ravnica set. What the fuck are they doing over there? Smite 5. Oh, that's a good start. Let's get this other guy back. Are you really a blue-black player? Are you really a Dimir player? So like a typical mono Redburn deck? Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. 15 lands. That's... Same set had Duskmantle Guildmage, which dealt 1 damage for every card I milled for you. For. Oh, so like if the mill doesn't defeat you, you know, we'll just go with straight up damage. Why not? Why not? You know, that's the one thing with mill is that you don't really win with damage. But nah, what if we just did that anyways? You know, it's only like 1/3 of a 60 card deck required. Ah shit. Excuse me. Probably should have brought a shield. Ride or die for Dimir. God. I know it's very newbie to be like, God, you suck, but like, God, you suck. Again. Does that hit you? Nice. So we're gonna keep this guy as a zombie here, because if we revive him next to the other guy, he's gonna be real good fun. So much fun though when it works. Probably, but I don't play Dimir, so it's not fun. Ooh. Oh, you really ran away. Oh god. No! Oh god. Get in here. Really? What broke? My helmet. So we got more. No! 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 We're good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh god. These guys are tough on hard mode. Let's not die. Hold on, let's eat before we go in. Let's leave this here, just in case they try to be cheeky. God damn it. Will you stop that? Mindcrank? I've definitely heard that name before. For every damage you take, so pair that with the Guild Mage for a potential turn 3 infinite combo. Let's see. I look up Guild Mage and one of the auto things is Guild Mage Mindcrank combo. So clearly if you activate Duskmantle Guild Mage's first ability and then second ability when you have a Mindcrank out, whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere this turn, that player loses 1 life. Target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Whenever an opponent loses life, they will put all the cards from their library into their graveyard and lose that much life. I can kind of see why Pioneer is popping off at our store. And most of that is people going, God, at least it's not modern. If this is what they had to deal with. Most of those people were complaining about it being expensive, and these cards are not that expensive from what I can tell. Don't. Go, go. You got this. $16 for a play set on the high end. Damn. Yeah, that's not expensive for an infinite mill combo. When you hear infinite mill combo, you're sort of expecting something using like expensive cards. Hold on, what? They're both uncommons, or they've both been printed at uncommon. What do you mean? What was Minecrank first printed in? Well, it was recently printed in Iconic Masters. New Phyrexia. Oh! Minecrank is in the new Battle for Baldur's Gate. Look at that. Oh. Alright, then we go... Weakness? Hey! It's alive! It's happening. Big Monka, but it's fine. It's gonna work out. Yeah, keep doing a jig. Go away. Let me place the lectern. Let me place the lectern. Back off. There. Alright, how long does this usually take? Every creature a tap to mill 7 ability. You see, that one makes sense, because that's, you know, a legendary creature. Probably a mythic. Yeah. I'm looking at Glimpse the Unthinkable. At least it's a rare. The other two are not. Has this ever happened? Did I do it wrong? I don't think I did. Although, I thought it was tap with the, what's it called? No, it's just tap to mill. How much is he? Seems like 10 bucks. For Finax. But compared to an infinite combo with 2 uncommons, I feel like that's a bit more fitting. And he's still 5 mana, so. I did do this right? Like he's got the red. Hello. You know what they say, a watched zombie never becomes cured, so let's just go hopefully find some food. Stop looking at the mirror cards, you're making me upset. What's red white? I think that's Azorius. Maybe? Did I recall correctly? No, I think that's blue white. Yeah. What's red white? What's their guild? Boros Legion. It's just been a minute since I've looked up new mill combo pieces. This is fun. This is upsetting. I'm sure I'm sure you can tell. I'm a red player. Mill, not exactly that conducive for the standard red play style. So mill, bit of a problem for me. I have no food. I also run mono red. Ooh, that's fun. What you run mono red? So you know what it's like on both sides. Good for you. Know your enemy, especially when you're playing both sides. Pretty standard RDW plus Vexing Devil. Red deck wins. Ah, that's what that is. So, you know, just standard standard red stuff. Vexing Devil. Ultimate Masters. When Vexing Devil enters the battlefield, any opponent may have it deal 4 damage to them. If a player does, sacrifice Vexing Devil. Yo, for one red. Yo. God, Magic's so cool. I wish I was willing to spend money on it, but I'm already spending way too much money on other things. I can't have a crack addiction on top of all of that. At least not yet. A bolt with 1 extra damage, or a turn 1 4/3 phase speed. I didn't even notice how much it. 4/3 is really good for one. For 1 red. No, yeah, no, that's something. All right. Hey. You also nah. Depth Strider. No. Go in here. Yeah, go in there. All right. All right, stand here. Sweeping Edge. All right, welcome to what we're doing for the rest of the night. Because if I start spending money on Magic, I will just keep spending money on Magic. I think I really do enjoy Magic. It's just not something I can really justify spending money onto myself right now. That's from 38 to 13. That's really good. One time the Bedrock version is better, you can automate this to get the enchants you want. Damn. I think you can automate this if you just have like a piston setup that goes in and out to like cover it up. But I think it might be really slow because they have to like, it's for when they restock, I think. I don't know. If we just do this. Yeah, no, that it still exists. Okay. That's what I was talking about, yeah. It only works in Bedrock. Damn, where's the parody to bring that over? That'd be great. What do I say about getting a better axe? I should probably go do that. Let me just go one tap on the lectern. All right. Just littering. Sure, why not? Why not litter on my path? Magic is only expensive if you make it expensive? Yeah, yeah. Well, actually, no, because I want to play Magic. Only real way I'd play Magic is like digitally. Is there like a free Magic? Is there a good free Magic program, or is it just like Tabletop Sim? Why am I up here? Right, Skeleton Farm. I need food. I need food. But it's pretty cheap. Really janky UI though. Yeah. Like I see those, what's it called? Those like Yu-Gi-Oh simulators. Free to play route on Arena. I should do that. I just have to, I've just not been putting the time in, but I could pretty easily. I mean, I should just do that while I'm at work. Might as well. Was the $15 welcome bundle just because it was a really good deal? Let's make basically what deck I wanted to run for each set. Huh. I'll check it out. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll do a box opening stream. A Magic Arena box opening stream. Just because, why not? That'd be fun. It wouldn't be fun, but like top tier decks, but I still have fun. Well, I want to run Mech Titan Core, which I don't think is ever top tier. I'm sorry, but Voltron and Standard aren't exactly two words that really go together, even if this isn't truly a Voltron deck. What formats does... I think it's got, what's it called? Does Arena have Modern? I wouldn't think so, considering that require, like, older stuff. Kind of, yeah. I know that they are still, like, back adding. I remember it was a big deal when they put in Amonkhet. Hey, level 30. You know, one day I have like a, what's it called? A Lego stud resource pack. One day we're gonna see like an actual XP orb again in Minecraft, and I'm gonna be very confused on what it is. Is this? It is. Look at that. First sets they put in, so not fully modern. Makes things interesting. A lot of decks that you wouldn't see IRL. That's cool. Where'd you come from? This might be too dark over here. Let's go to sleep. Chicken. Let's go kill some cows. Then we're gonna enchant an axe. How many should we get? You can get 2 meat from these guys? Huh. You monster. It's me. Well, it's not really me or them. But it's me. That's how that works. It's me. Alright. Put these in. Pop that in. Very nice. 32 stacks of raw beef. That's pretty good. I really gotta set up an auto chicken farm. Really needs to be set up, considering that's like one of the easiest like early game foods. It's literally just like a hopper and lava. So, hopper dispenser and lava. That's all you need. Right, let's go get an axe. I was going back to the portal like I was going to the nether again. You know, I did a lot in an hour, considering I expected this to take an entire day to get these guys over. And then one of them just went there by themselves. It was great. That's called progress. What am I getting again? Right, lapis. Make an axe. We'll also get a sword. And just have it set ready. Just so we can see. Let's get books. I had books in there as well. Book. Singular. I'm gonna Arena streamer and get all the cards for free. Oh. Maybe that's the goal. Or become arena streamers. I'm gonna no, the goal here is we're gonna get big and then become arena streamers. All right, trick people into playing Magic. To obtain the creator status from wizards? There's like some things I want to trick people into. I want to play stuff like Minecraft and then be like, you know what? Pull out the rug from under them. Or guess what, motherfuckers? I'm a Kenshi streamer now. Fuck you. You never heard of Mountain Blade? Too bad. That's the dream. Is this knockback 2? Efficiency 4. That's exactly what I want. Fortune, we got pretty lucky with these enchants. Now what? You. Alright, so I've got all fortune on my tools. Very good. Would like looting on the sword at some point. Hello, Rosa. Hi. I'll put these in this chest. How are you? Pretty good. Guru to you too. Or are you just saying grew? And you just misspelled it. It could be, with you, it could be either. Genuinely. Good, thanks. Poggers. Made a Lumax edit, and it's really good. I see. This season of Stranger Things really got you, huh? Oh boy, yeah. Like, huh. There's like holes in your brain after that from this one. What song did you do it to? Oh, my TikToks kind of blew up. Yo, poggers. Using that loosely. A Renance one. You say that like you made others. Yeah, 16,000 views and 4K likes. That's blowing up. That's not loose. Oh my god. Infinity. Protection. Multi-shot. Crosswalker. There's only one thing this is allowed to be, man. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. You know you wanna. Oh my god. Anyways, what song did you use for your Lumax? Saying ship names in real life with your actual voice really sucks. I used What a Feeling by One Direction. Ah. Very, very current and popular edit songs. Only the most recent of bops from Rosa. It works, I'm gonna show you later. They're still a thing? No, that's the joke. It is kind of recent. 5 years is not recent. 5 years is kind of recent. 5 years is not recent. In internet times, it is not. I kind of I vividly remember listening to it the first time. Hmm. I'm sorry, your main demographic of 13-year-olds don't even have functioning brains 5 years ago. What are you talking about? That's not recent. Please be quiet. Curse of Binding, for one, it's not a multiplayer server, so it's not even that fun. Oh, excuse me. No, you don't get to sleep. Hearing Too Close by Next for the first time, that was nearly 20 years ago. Yeah, very... See? We only remember the recent bops here. Hello. You suck, my guy. Jesus. You know what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here. I forgot. I've had these emeralds sitting here since I first came to this place all those time ago. The little things, I'm actually kind of proud of it. Oh yeah, poggers. Who's ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? This is gonna determine our luck. This is good luck. We got 2. And with these 2 emeralds, I should probably get a book. I was holding a book earlier. I should probably be still holding that book. With a book and 2 emeralds, we will... These emeralds are gonna be what we buy the mending book with. Alright, just you wait. These 2 emeralds and this book. That's all you need for success. Waiting? Well, you know, they were just waiting for us to mine the emeralds first. That's what the villager was doing. What do you have here? Grissom Binding. Go away. Hold on. That's an emerald. Punch 2. Lure 2. Hold on. Wait. Failing 1. Give it time. So just yeah, just keep waiting. All right, it's called build up. You know, where's the drama if it just appeared before us miraculously? We need the build up. The rising suspense. That was Death Strider for 3 for like 3 emeralds. I probably should have taken that one because Death Strider's really good. Loyalty 1. No. There's a lot of drama being built up here. So much drama. We just gotta believe in the heart of the cards. Cha-cha! God damn it. We're gonna top deck. No. Maybe we should tutor this one. No. Max looting level. 3? Or just get a looting 3 sword. Wait, no, because that would lock it in. No, don't do that. You fool. I almost made a terrible decision. It's too late. Thankfully, I used my brain. Amazing. Amazing the wonderful things you can do when you think. You're gonna fuck it up or not? You're just gonna let it happen, huh? Just let it ride. Alright. You know what? You know, I respect it. I've sure enough in a lot of things to actually make some mistakes. True. Even when they had helped me, I've still made mistakes, so. Multi-shot. Breaking 3. Knockback 2. How many enchantments are there in this game? God damn. Sweeping Edge 2. Two tickets to paradise. Oh my god. I don't know what I did. So it was a very slow day at work today. So I got I got like I read like 50 pages worth of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. And that was with trying to get as much work as I could by like taking pulls and grabbing customers. But god, that book is good. God, that book is good. Sure, I'm about 10 years older than this prime demographic, but it's still good. Oh my god. Very excited for a TV show. Oh my god, that's a cat. Just ran into my door. Read that soon? You should. It's still good. It is still fantastic, and I love it. I mean, I did reread it like a year ago, 2 years ago. So this reread is coming a lot sooner than usual. I've just been in the mood. One, I wanted something to read at work that I've already read. Oh. Just so I don't have to put too much thought into it. 18 possible enchant books. Whee! Definitely placed this more than 118 times, that's for sure. Is it? This doesn't have them breaking. Alright, so we're close. We're close to 118 times. BRB? Alright, don't die. How many times have you seen Curse of Binding? 118. I've seen Curse of Binding like 5 times. Yeah, Percy Jackson, still fantastic. The show is gonna be really good. Hopefully. I have high hopes considering 90% of the like stuff, the info released from, or just anytime Rick Riordan ever talked about it, it's not gonna be like the movies. Dear God, it's not gonna be like the movies. That's like every single article he put out about the show. So, high hopes. I'm excited to see their Percy actor at work, especially considering his last role was playing a young Ryan Reynolds, which is kind of perfect. Yo! Let's go! What is that? 18 base? Hell yeah. I almost broke that. It's fine. PogChamp, we got 2. Let's try and get as much... Do you buy paper? You do buy paper. Alright, let's go grab some paper. I've had like a bunch of what's it called? Sugarcane stored up, like 3 stacks worth at this point. But yeah, what's his name? Walker Scobell, the kid who's playing Percy Jackson. His role before getting casted was like playing a young Ryan Reynolds in that one Netflix movie, The Adam Project, which I should probably watch to see. But like, if there's one way to describe Percy, it's definitely a younger Ryan Reynolds is definitely fitting. All right. Shit. I think that was all my sugarcane because I don't have any growing here. Yep. Don't worry, we'll just go up to the surface. I've definitely left some around here, so it's fine. But God, I'm dumb. I've got mending books at literally 1 emerald per. I'm going to be grabbing that as soon as I can. Hello. Let's see. What you got next? Channeling? Nah. Two emeralds. Alright, so we got 5 mending books. Cool. What I need to do... Alright, so we have them in those little, like, shopping outpost things. Now we can add mending to my, pick. Mending. Nice. Add mending to the axe as well. And the shovel. Cool. Oh, I had a lot. I thought I had 5. I had 7. Cool. We're just missing Unbreaking 3 on the axe. And then we can start throwing efficiency 4 on both of them. Cool. Let's go! I think the most exciting thing is just gonna see Percy and Annabeth on screen, because rereading what's it called, Percy Jackson, made me realize, God, those two are like those two are like very important to just the enjoyment in the series. All right. But yeah, Percy Jackson, very good. Oh god. Oh, this should not be open. Oh, this should not be open. Please don't kill each other. No! I need the RXP. What? Are you not going in? I really need to do like a piston thing. Maybe something to like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably fine if they just keep spawning. God, I need, what's it called? Bees. I need bees. Although, we probably don't want them here, because there's like a... What's it called? You get less spawns, the more skeletons you have nearby. Why'd you die? Did you drown? It should only be half a heart. Yeah, I need to get like piston things going. Rather than just water and what's it called? Ice. Died when he landed where he got hit with that single arrow. Right. That was probably, yeah, that was probably what the guy was getting hit. True. That makes sense. Thank you for having a brain, Liam. That means there is at least one of those in this stream currently. Nice. Rango Burr, hell yeah. Look at that. Ooh, that was like 500. 500 durability points. Or DP, as they say. Nobody says that. Nobody says that. Nobody has ever referred to them, to the health of a tool as DP. Sure they do. Sure they do. I know what's hip and cool with the kids. Everybody says DP. Nice. How is this chest doing? It's doing very badly because we're not filtering out the armor and stuff. If you didn't know, I even put on a fancy light. Look at that, how fancy. I really like this. I need to add in a floor. I think I'm gonna go for like a patterned copper down here, with copper as the main material for the floor. That actually might be too much because I'm not planning to make this entire room blackstone. Like the main blocks we're using are blackstone and copper. Be real, that'll never happen. It will! It will! I swear it. I swears it, I do. I just, you know, need a good source of copper and blackstone. Go away. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I think they're like spawning up top now. I think I'm activating what's it called? Zombie hordes. Oh yeah, they're spawning. Oh my god. Oh, there was something about it when he peeked around the corner. It was funny. Where'd he come from? They do have the thing where like zombies can't spawn at, or like monsters can't spawn at any place with any light level. I remember that was a thing, and they kept it in past the snapshots. That was 4. Maybe it's different for a, what's it called? A zombie horde spawns, which if you didn't know is a thing where in, I think it's only in hard mode specifically, which is what I am in, where if you hit a zombie, it has a chance of spawning more zombies. Because they're like, how do we do zombie hordes? Well, that just sounds fun. And it is fun. It's cool when you have like 15 zombies spawn. And they just keep coming. And you just gotta run. It's the like one time zombies are like an active threat. It's cool. Is British they can only drop down into the pit? Probably. I think it's more just, I think it'll be better, because I do plan on like building up here. I'm hoping to make like an entire village up top. With that, which that, every time I see this, I'm like, that looks really cool. Did I really make that? And imagine how cool it'll look when it's done. But like, I want to have a village, which means I should probably like light this place up at some point. Even just with torch spam. Because that's where they're coming from anyways, they're just dropping down. So like, I could just spam. I also shouldn't be sitting over there, because that's not actually spawning anything. I can only sit like, I think it's like a 16 block radius, spherical radius, so like, I can only stand like around here, basically. For things to spawn. Let me, because that's annoying me. Go away. No, go. Go. Fine. Have a nice fall. Maybe we'll see if one of them like dies instantly, and see how it'll be a good test of how well our skeletons are moving through. Clearly not very well, because the fact that he hasn't instantly died, nobody's instantly died, means that he's still up there. What's it look like up here? Yep, there he is. No! I thought that would kill them. What? Oi, oi, oi! Hold on. Shit, shit. Don't you fucking move, you villager bitch. You... Oh my god. Just stay there. I'll deal with you later. Go, go. Thankfully, we have this amazing staircase. Alright. What the fuck? They got the fucking goon squad protecting my items. What the fuck? Fine, fine, we'll go around. Ah, don't you dare. Really? 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 Right on top of my stuff. Go, go. Boots. Hide from the goons. I have no armor. Have I always had no armor? Is that why things have been so dangerous lately? Ooh. Whee! We got everything? Yeah. Have I been nude this whole time? They were nearly broken. I know they were nearly broken. Either they broke from like the zombies and such. I just didn't notice, or that creeper was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I was about to go get my get some armor set up, but no, that's unimportant considering there's still a guy loose. Do I still have the rails? No. Is he at least in here? That is my mending guy. He's not in here. God damn it. Did you go back in? He went back in and I just... Oh my god, you motherfucker. Get back in there. Get back in there. No. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like your home. Whew. We're good. Let's clean this up. At least a tiny bit. We'll leave that there because I don't want it just random slabs in my inventory. That'll be fine. I'll take them. Nice. All right. You're all good. I should not have built those rooms that big. Anyways. Head back up. What? 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 Alright, now it is day, and... Ooh, you. Wait, you got my armor. That's why. Alright, well, my pants broke. That's for sure. Nope, there it is. I thought they were just... I thought they were... There was like 3 or 4 of them, so I thought they were the horsemen. But that's not how that works. The horseman is 1 horse that explodes into 4. Anyways, let's dream big, pretend we're gonna actually do it, and imagine ourselves what this village is gonna look like. I think what I want to do, let's see, what's this way? So I came from that way. I think what we'll do is we'll have this be like a big old gate. Big old gate that you go through, and you sort of have like a path that goes along here and then down here, and then we'll just have houses dotting the path. I think that sounds cool. Sounds pretty puggers. I just have to, you know, do it. We'll have this, and then we'll build a big old wall. And then we'll question, why do we build the wall, my children? You know, like the song from Hadestown. Have that go across. Maybe we won't build a wall. That sounds like a lot of work. But but you know, if we're dreaming big, we will dream big. We'll build a wall. Big old perimeter. Be huge. There will be, well, that sounds like too much work actually. All right, we're dreaming big, but we're gonna dream a bit more realistically, you know? So it'll be like medium. Do I have any there? Let's put the mending books in here. Better look like an AOT wall. We're gonna build wall rows. That'll be really funny. Actually, what if we just had like these massive, humongous, giant walls, and then we just had like wooden cottages inside? That'd be cool. Because the main inspiration that I'm doing for like those cavern stuff, that actually made sense. Yeah, let's go. Main inspiration is from the musical Hadestown, which is sort of, it's the tale of Orpheus and Eurydice, classic Greek tale, but like with a cool sound to it. But it imagines Hadestown, which is the underworld, to be this like city, this neon city with forges and oil built underground. And it's where all the riches live, and you know, the upside is all like, it's poverty stricken, with Persephone not being up top. Maybe we can do something like that with these big old, like, you know, the black stone walls surrounding this poor village. Sounds cool. Sounds pog. Click the lever. Ooh, look at that. Instant. Woo. Anyways, It's 2 hours. I accomplished my goal, and I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I think we'll finish it off here. We've got plans. We've got ideas. We got mending on our tools. Let's go. Have a nice night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Adios, sayonara. Good night.